Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over.
After you graduate high school, go to a great college to get a great education and to go get a great paying job afterwards. That's literally all I heard growing up when I was in high school, middle school, elementary, and especially being Filipino. Shout out to all my Pinoy brothers and sisters out there. If you weren't gonna become a nurse and when you graduate high school, then you're a complete failure, just in the Filipino standards. But in today's video, guys, I'm gonna be talking about my perspective on college, why I dropped out, why it was the best decision ever, and it's been exactly 3 years since I dropped out of college, and it's been exactly 4 years since I graduated. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you the perspective of a college dropout 3 to 4 years later. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'm enjoy taking you along with my day and showing you what a college dropout does on his day-to-day life.
She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound, yeah. Baby never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings isn't all. Let me show you how it goes. Loves the word, spins the vibe. Lovers it could freak what you are.
So as you guys can see, I just went ahead and bought a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. One phenomenal guy when it comes to how to develop great habits in your personal life. But what's the point about college anyways? So I'm in Walnut Creek, California right now. Shout out to my Bay Area folks. I just went to the Apple store, and then I just went to a couple of stores here you see in my beautiful city. And man, nothing's greater than honestly just waking up and not having a 9 to 5 to go to and just doing whatever you want to do. But that's besides the point. One thing that started me on my path to realizing, man, should I really go to college, was when I picked up the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It taught me why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So a couple of things. The rich invest in assets. So what are assets? Assets are stocks. Assets is real estate. Asset is stuff that makes money for you while you sleep, when you're in the shower, things that you don't really have to work for, and it's your money making money for you. So that's what the rich people do. Whereas poor people, they invest in liabilities. One of them being a car. One of them being television. One of them being Netflix. So stuff that doesn't make you money. And I didn't learn these things going through college or going through high school. I learned these things through a $5 book. So as you guys can see, I just bought another book today, right? Because this is where things started clicking for me, was when I realized, I was like, wow, why am I learning more from a $5 book that's teaching me real life skills than going to a class in college and learning about rocks? The point about college is get an education to get a good paying job. That's the point about college. That's what I've been taught. That's what I've been conditioned to think. So why aren't they teaching me how to actually make money? Why are you teaching me what rock is the Yosemite? Does that teach you how to make money? Absolutely freaking not, unless you want to be a geologist and you want to teach that stuff. Cool, not my kind of life. I want to freaking travel. I want to go to Cabo. I want to go to Miami. I want to go to Las Vegas. And those are the things I was able to do by creating a business, not by getting a good paying job and going to school.
Crash at my place, baby, you're right. Needless to say, I'm keeping her check. She was a bad, bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're right. Thinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big L, don't know how that felt. Looking at you sideways, party on tilt.
Alrighty, so I'm in my office now so I can get a little bit more intimate. And one of the first things I want to start with when it comes to college is basically the cost of it. So I'm in California, and if I were to go to college, I would have went to UC Davis. I did an Upward Bound program. I would have went to Sacramento State. I would have went to one of these local schools when it comes to California. But the thing is, it just didn't make sense to me to go straight to a UC or straight to a state school when I didn't even know what I wanted to do in my life. And not only did I not know what I wanted to do in my life, I felt that I was getting forced to go to college. And I'm happy I went through the community route because that saved me tons of money from taking out student loans. And to me, the cost of college didn't really make sense. Back to the point of college, the point of it is to get a good paying job. What's the point of that job, and what's the point of doing this whole thing if you're just spending your years paying off your student loan debt? And when I started having these realizations, I was also working at Chipotle at the time. You know, shout out to my burrito makers out there. WAP is extra, just in case you don't know if you go to Chipotle. But back to the point, I was working at Chipotle. The people I was working next with, I was making a whopping $10 an hour. When I was working there were people in my right side and people on my left side that already had college degrees. What was the point of the degree if we're getting paid the same amount? Person right to my right got a master's degree. She went to school all the way. And the person on my left has a bachelor's degree. And I was just like, wait a minute. You're telling me you went to college. You're telling me you got the degree. And you're telling me you're working at Chipotle and you got the same job as me? What is going on here? I don't think this college thing is guaranteed to land a good paying job. Do you have a likeliness chances of landing a job? I would say no, because their struggles was, I don't have any experience, so I can't get this technology job. The only reason I see you going to college at this point, if you know exactly what you want to do, and if you know if you're going to be a nurse, if you know you're going to be a lawyer, if you know you're going to be a doctor, if you're going to be a very professional route where you need the education, yes, college makes sense. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and go for it. But for me, this is where I'm coming from. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know what I want to do in my life. And not only that, I'm broke. I'm like 18, graduating high school. I'm broke. I don't have money to be spending $20,000 on a piece of paper. So it led to the result of obviously me dropping out. It made me realize that I also come from a poor family background, right? Like, I'm an immigrant from the Philippines. I grew up in Vallejo, like one of the worst cities in America. It's the first city in California that go bankrupt. I did not grow up with just money readily available for me, but I knew that money was so important. But the only way that you would get money is get a good degree to get a good paying job. But I was just like, nothing's adding up. People are getting degrees. They're not landing good jobs. People are getting degrees. They're in student debt. People who got a good job is just using their job to pay off their student debt. So there's a lot of questions I started asking myself. Like, do I really need to go to college to be successful? What is even success? Why do I have to be a nurse even though I'm not passionate about being a nurse? Like, I'm not passionate about being a nurse. Why would I want to do that occupation just because my mom and dad wants me to? F that. Life's too short. I didn't want to live that kind of lifestyle. The lifestyle I wanted to live is I wanted to go out and travel whenever I wanted to. The lifestyle I wanted to live is I want to go to places without a boss telling me, hey, you got work in 2 days from now. I wanted a life to live where it was just like, I'm making so much money that I don't know what to do with it and I'm just giving it to charity. That's the life I want to live, and that's the life I'm actually striving towards. You know, I have some benefits of traveling now. The thing was, it came from just making a decision and just asking myself wise questions, and also just meeting the right people. And this is where things started getting really good for me. So I was working at Chipotle, I was going to college, and not only was I working at Chipotle, going to college, I was madly depressed. I did not like what I was doing. I did not feel happy. I just didn't like my life. And also, here's a good test to know if you're living a great life or not. So if you were to go out with your friends and they could trade places with you, would they like what they see, would they like what they feel, would they like what they're experiencing? If it's not all great answers, then obviously you have to work on your life. And I asked myself that. I'm like, if I was 12, would I aspire to be me at 18 years old, confused, lost, broke? And I'm just like, hell no, I gotta do something about this. And I was trying to figure it out, and it wasn't until I obviously I loved the gym and I love working out. I used to be obese when I was younger, so being obese when I was younger, I obviously wanted to get in shape because I didn't want to be fat for the rest of my life. So I got in shape, so the gym's been a big part of my life. Now this is where things start getting good, and this is when I started to realize it's really not what you know, it's really who you know. Because I got connected with an old high school acquaintance who is actually one of my best friends now. Shout out to him. His name is Mr. THC. Go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel. That's one of my boys. Back to my point. Luis basically put me on. He put me on to the gym, first mentor Reggie, into the right environment. And if it wasn't for him and me having that conversation and me having him in my network, I probably wouldn't be in the position I am today with a business, with a great social life, with a great social network, right? It wasn't until I was just like, oh snap, it's really not what you know, it's really who you know. And afterwards, when I met up with Luis, he put me on the gym. I became a personal trainer. I started learning that I love helping people, and I started learning I make more money when I help people and I make more money with the skills I have. So it wasn't, I realized, I was like, degrees don't pay the bills, skills pay the bills. Wouldn't you agree? Skills pay the bills. For example, basketball players, professional basketball players, what do they have that you don't? They have way better skills in basketball than you do. That's why they get paid millions of dollars. Steph Curry, way better than me in shooting. That's why he's making a ton of money. That's how I started to think. But I didn't change my way of thinking until I started surrounding myself with successful people, until I started surrounding myself with people like business partners, Jake Tran, Dylan Starr. I know one of the biggest things when it comes to college is like, oh, you can meet and you can network a lot of people. When I was in college, I met a lot of lames that was just confused and didn't know what to do with their life as much as I was. And also I went to community. I didn't have the benefits of going to an Ivy League school because one, I didn't have the money for it. Two, I didn't even take my SAT to like get to those colleges and apply for them. So that was never my vision because like, dude, I'm 18 years old. I don't know what the hell I want to do for the rest of my life. Back to meeting the right people, I started connecting myself and socializing with successful people. And from there, when I met them and we started sharing and engaging in knowledge, I started creating the life I actually wanted because did I want to live a life where I woke up and I was going to go to a job that I hated, or I would do an hour commute that I didn't like, or I would surround myself with people that are just losers, like straight up, and don't want anything else in their life? I started looking at my life like, what regrets do I not want to have when I die? And the regrets I don't want to have personally is I don't want to have the regret of I never traveled before. I don't want to have the regret of, man, I really should have became a YouTuber because I was always inspired by YouTubers and wanted to become one myself. I never want to regret, oh, I should have started that business. I never want to regret not retiring my parents. I just transitioned from finding answers inside. And it wasn't until I started transitioning everything inside and starting myself questions and started thinking for myself, it wasn't until my life started going up. And mind you, I'm still grinding every single day. My life isn't anything to just boast about, right? For me, you know, I have close friends since high school. They look up to me like I made it. And it's like, dude, it's not that I made it. Like, I don't think I made it yet. It's the fact that I'm going after what I want and I'm happy. I'm happy. And that's my message for you. I dropped out of college 3 years ago. Best decision of my life. Was it scary? Yes. Was it a risk? Yes. Was my parents most likely to disown me because I wasn't gonna become a nurse? Yes. But was it the best decision of my life? Yes. And will I have regrets growing up and going after what I want to do in my life? Probably not. You know, and if I could inspire you to do the same, then I think I did my job, because this channel is about living rich. And what living rich means to me is just going after your goals, being the best you can be physically, mentally, emotionally, the whole nine. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is my perspective on college. I think it's the biggest scam. I think that it's setting up people for failure as far as mindset wise. And dropping out of college for me was personally the best decision of Joey Rich's life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe down below of what you thought about it, and comment if you're pro-college, anti-college. By the way, yes, I'm anti-college, but I am pro-education. I'm reading books, I'm studying, I'm taking courses, I'm investing in myself on a daily and monthly basis. I do wanted to put that out there. Just because I dropped out of college and maybe this is inspiring for you, that doesn't mean you should just become an idiot and like not do anything yourself. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that this inspired you in one way, shape, or form, and I hope you live your best life and live rich. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.